Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my PhD in Dual Blades Masterclass for Anjanath. We're starting with the skills. We need Crit Eye, Handicraft, Water Attack, Weakness, Exploit. Teostra's Technique gives us Master Touch, and we're using Water Dual Blades because Anjanath is weak to water. And of course, we don't need any of these things. They're not mandatory. You can use whatever you want. I'm just using these skills, which are not completely optimized because I don't have all the correct jewels or item slots yet. But these are the best that I have for fighting this monster. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of tips and tricks for what I do when I'm hunting monsters. To start off, especially if we're in Special Arena, I like to use the mount to start off the fight because it gives you a good knockdown, and with the dual blades trying to get your demon gauge up, it's a good way to start off the fight without having to worry about the monster roaring at you or knocking you over. So you get a lot of really good head damage right there, and then I can go right into my first activation, and I'm going to go ahead and fill up this whole gauge. I forgot to mention that Kita, my Palico, is using the Coral Horn so that I can get boosts similar to if there's a Hunting Horn in the party. Some of the good things that come along with this, or my favorite personally, is using the Coral Horn to get dash juice, and it's not a guaranteed buff, but it is something that really helps out, and it's an expensive drink, so. Looking at Anjanath here, I'm going to try to weaken his legs, so I put on the temporal to make sure that I could get a confirmed weaken without getting knocked off. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of his ammo as soon as I can. The reason why I'm doing this is because Anjanath has a really easy trip meter, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. That is that when you hit his legs, he has a chance to trip. Now he'll get up faster than a lot of monsters, but it's really good to have this guy knocked over because you can get a lot of really good head and tail damage in which the motion values are higher, so you'll be doing more damage than if I'm hitting somewhere like his leg. However, the Clutch Claw does give me the ability to focus his leg, which is nice for the dual blades, as I usually can't reach his head or tail that frequently compared to other weapons. So you can see that I've picked up the bomb pods because the dual blades have a unique ability in which you can shoot the bomb pods in like mid combo and it will stagger the monster. As you can see right there, it gives me a really good opportunity to stop his attacks, and I can just start to focus his legs and get these knockdowns. Now, noting the Clutch Claw knockdown, I don't get him here because he's enraged, and I forgot that you can't Clutch Claw when you're enraged. Being that this is still a new mechanic to me, but it's almost always beneficial to go for the head knockdown. You might think that getting the damage without knocking him down is worthwhile, and it is if you don't have the ammo to knock him down or the stamina to do it, but you're going to be doing massive head damage to this monster, as well as another knockdown where you can do more damage than him just sitting there drooling. So it's my recommendation to always go for the Clutch Claw knockdown if possible. As you can see, I'm just sticking to his leg. I'm trying to get as many trips as possible, and sticking by his leg means that he's not going to be able to get me with these bite attacks. You keep seeing that I keep knocking him over. And overall, he's going to be trying to get me. This hip check, that's something you got to watch out for. I get hit by it a few times in this fight, but it's something that's really easy to avoid if you're ready for it. A lot of the times when I get hit by pretty broadcasted moves like that is because I'm trying to iframe. The demon mode on the dual blades gives you invincibility frames similar to that of a roll, and when you are predicting that a monster is going to use a move, it's best to try to dodge into the opposite direction that it's coming. So if he's hip checking towards me, I want to dash through the hip check in towards his leg. If I dash backwards, I'm gonna get hit by the hitbox. So you can see here that I'm still trying to stick to the leg as much as possible. He's gonna start using his fire breath, which you don't really need to worry about. I'm gonna keep throwing out those bomb pods and try to keep one in my inventory at all times for a knockdown. But mainly, this fire damage isn't gonna do enough to me with Teostra's kit on. I'm not going to need to worry about it. I do heal up a little bit because you never want to get knocked out by the monster. You don't want a cart. But I just keep enough health that I know I'm not going to get one-shot by anything in his kit. And now with enough knockdowns, I've been able to rack up enough head damage to get a broken part. And then a second one right there. That one was actually the head break. The first one I believe was one of his talons. Now that I've broken his head, you can start with the tail if you want to get the carve, but the tail also has pretty good motion value. So going into this fight, I'm knowing that I want to trip him and hit his head or his tail, which is mostly my strategy. I'm going to try for a clutch claw here because I have one bomb pod left, and like I said before, it's always beneficial to go for this knockdown here. See that head damage, you get another opportunity to hit him. And I always use, whenever I'm sheathed, I use the Y button or the triangle button to dash in towards the monster. However, if you already have your dual blades out, you will use the B or the circle button to get that same effect. And it's just a really good way of moving your character while doing damage and not wasting your stamina. Right there, I was trying to go for the new combo added to the dual blades, where if you hit your circle or B button 3 times, you are able to hit the left trigger to opt for a clutch claw type mount. And you can either hit the triangle or Y button to extend the combo and just jump off, or you can just stay mounted like a regular clutch claw. So you can see that he's starting to get tired, but his flame breath is still going to catch me here and there. I'm going to go ahead and put this out just because I'm in an awkward health stage where if it goes on for too long, he could potentially pose a threat to my health bar. But I'm just going to, again, keep trying to go for those trips and not worry too much about it. Just try not to get hit by it or put it out as fast as possible because I don't really want to get past that half health mark. I like to shoot bomb pods at the monster when they're too far away for me to get to, and they might use a charge attack or something of that sort. The rationale behind it is that you're going to keep them flinched while gaining the distance to be in a safe spot. Again, most of my attack combo is going to work off of trying to hit the leg with the Y buttons primarily. The B buttons will kind of send you around and you're trying to stick exactly where he is. So I'm either using B to get in or dodge his attacks, and then Y or triangle. And then when I do get the knockdown, I usually try to go for a few hits of the Y triangle or the Y B triangle circle move. Because when you have the guaranteed knockdown, you know that you can get the additional damage from that combo without being able to be knocked over. So again, see, I knew that there was bomb pods on the ground and I had the distance to close, so I decided to shoot him, and then he didn't have enough health, so I used the Dragonator to just get the kill. Obviously, during a normal fight, you're not going to have the Dragonator, but being that I did here, I just decided to use it for kind of more of a flashy kill. So basically, what I want to do with this is explain a few different monsters and how to use different weapons to fight them. And being that I have my PhD, I've done all 8 years of school for it, I thought that I would give you guys a little sneak peek into what's going on in the mind of a hunter using this weapon. So aside from that, I hope you guys learned a little bit about this. I'm going to be bringing you more videos with more in-depth topics, and I'm going to try to break it down a little bit more, whether it's frame by frame or more of edited style. But I thought this would be a good introduction video for what I'm trying to teach you guys, and I hope that you enjoy. So with that, Chileo out.
I felt the breeze of a summer's night and remember thinking, there's no place on earth that feels more right than here.